Shadows of the Galaxy is going to change Star Wars Unlimited forever. Hello and welcome to the table, and today I'm going to be talking about Shadows of the Galaxy, summarizing a lot of the cards in it, saving the leaders for last, and talking about the newest stuff, the newest leaders that I haven't talked about at the very end, so stay tuned for that. But anyways, with full outside, let's get into things, starting things off and talking about all the Vigilance cards. Now, I'm just going to try and summarize it. I'm not going to go card by card because I don't want to be here for an hour. Vigilance, what it's going to do is just drag out the game, get value, remove your opponent's stuff. And this set is basically taking that idea that Vigilance is very well known for and boosting it up, like it is for a lot of pretty much everything in this set, which I really like and really enjoy. And let's explain why I think that is. So obviously there are cards like Smuggle that exist that just really allow you to get tons of value, extra value out of your cards, but that's just kind of a given and I'm not going to really look over or not really talk about that. But in addition to Smuggle, there's also brand new Sentinel cards like Pike Sentinel, which is awesome in my opinion. There's a ton of new Grit cards, there's a ton of new Shielded cards. This absurd thing that I wish didn't exist, but we live in a world that does. So, there we go. But yeah, there's just tons of ways to postpone and drag out the game through Sentinel, through Shielded, through annoying freaking units, through really good Grit cards that you want to get rid of before they get run into your stuff, and then all of a sudden you're dealing with a 6-power threat that's going to be a pain in your tush. But yeah, there we go. Anyways, but then there's also some really good removal stuff. Fell the Dragon, I feel like could be a really good one of, maybe even two of in certain decks, in certain Vigilance decks, because I mean, they love removing things. But this card just seems really good. And then there's Rival's Fall, which is just a strictly better version of Vanquish in my opinion. It costs one more, sure, but here's the thing. I feel like this should be run in every deck over Vanquish, period, end of sentence. I'm sorry. Maybe it's not that much better than Vanquish, but I just think it is. Because having the ability to remove a leader for one extra resource, I think it's worth it, especially if you have the initiative. But yeah, that's just me. But then there's just some really good value engines. But yeah, Vigilance just looks great, getting tons of upgrades, doing everything that it wants to do, but better, simply put. But then there's Control, which basically what Control is going to do, it's going to get the most value out of all of its cards. It's the most value-focused aspect, in my opinion, out of any of the aspects in Star Wars Unlimited, and this set does that really well, because, I mean, it's playing some really good units that can get upgraded, that can get better, such as a certain one that's annoying and a pain. But then also just taking all of these really good things and just ramping up and just working your way up to these massive game-ending sons of guns that Control is just very well known for. But, I mean, Control just looks great. It's got some really good value cards. It's got some really good units. It's got some really good big finishers. It's just got good everything. And it's working on just playing good Smuggle cards. It's just everything. It's just got good everything, simply put. It doesn't do everything great because not everything is above rate, but the amount of value that you can get out of some of these cards is just unbelievable. And it should not be underestimated, because every time you do, you're gonna get bit for it. I'm sorry, you just are. But then there is the aggression cards. Now, aggression in the last set, in my opinion, was the weakest of the aspects. In this set, I still believe that that's true. It does have some upgrades, and a couple of cards like Dengar being a really good card, maybe in the main deck, maybe in the sideboard. I'm not exactly sure yet. Katsu Onyo, kind of same deal, really good new aggressive unit. And then Reckless Gunslinger, I just personally think is a good card. Some people don't like it. I do. I'm just on that train. But, I mean, all of these new aggression units, just rushing down the opponent, doing everything that aggression wants to do, really good. Having some units that are a bit big, I'm still iffy on that. I still don't think aggression, I don't think it can last long enough to where some of these bigger cost stuff like Pre-Vizsla, what's the name of it? Poe Dameron more than a couple others. But in Wrecker, I just don't think that those units are really good. They could be, and they probably will be soon. with a couple of more sets coming down the line, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I just think that it's upgrading and it's making aggression better, but I don't think it's adding quite enough yet to where it'll be truly powerful and really played and good. Unless you're playing something like Sabine, then you just play it and you're just good. But yeah, then there is Cunning. Now in the very first set, I pulled a ton of Cunning cards and I was very annoyed with it because I'm like, Cunning sucks so much. And I played around with it. Cunning doesn't suck. So I'm very happy that I have a ton of Cunning cards, and this set is taking Cunning, which was a very powerful, almost the most powerful aspect in the first set, right behind Control, and it's getting supercharged with this set, becoming maybe even possibly the best aspect in the entire game. So yeah, why is that? Because the units, there are very few cards that I dislike. I mean, very few. We got some really good units. It's just they're just good. They're just good, and they don't need an explanation. But then there's just, well, if you want to talk about units that are good that don't need explanations, let's talk about this guy. Let's talk about this guy. You know, let's talk about where's it at? Where's it at? Not even units. Let's just talk about straight up cards. Like this stupidity. Who designed this card, by the way? Who designed this? Like, you're evil. But anyways, the cards that Cunning is getting access to now is just unbelievable. They got so many new resources. They just got Cunning just is set. It's just set. There are so many good cards in the very early game, in the mid game, in the late game. Honestly, this aspect can get more value and interact more. It can get more value to a point than Control, and it can interact more with the opponent to a point than freaking Vigilance. And it can rush down and just do stupid things to the opponent super early in the game like Aggression can, but better. It does everything that all the other three aspects do really well, and sometimes even better at. So yeah, Cunning, good, period. But then there's the last three. Now, Generic, I didn't like in the first set. Outside of this card for sideboards, not good. Now, Heroic, it doesn't look too good. It's kind of cool, but it's not great. And the only thing that really piques my interest, outside of some cool looking Wookiees, is Tech. Tech looks fun. Not great by any means, but still fun, to a point. Villainous, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how to judge it yet. I love this card, personally. I love this card a ton. I mean, it's basically a space version of this guy, which I also love this guy. He's got a new buddy that's better than him if you're playing green Control. But, I mean, this card, it doesn't have a buddy. It doesn't have a unit set better than him. So, Villainous Techs are gonna kind of love this guy a ton, to a point. So, yeah, I don't know. I just really like some units in these aspects. I like pretty much none of the generics. I just feel like these three little aspects and groups of cards are a lot worse and just not nearly as well performing, or I don't think they'll perform nearly as well as any of the other 4 aspects that I've talked about in this video. But now, talking about the thing that you were all waiting for, the leaders. Now I'm going to try to summarize them super quick. I might not do it great, but I'm going to try to do it as quickly as I can. And in the latest stuff, I'm going to save for the end. Got to do some more in-depth explanations on them. Gar Saxon. He's just not good. I'm sorry. I just don't like him. I don't think he's good. Kira's interesting. See, I'm the kind of a-hole that will play Kira and probably not do wonderful with it, but just do some stupid things to piss off all of you that are playing against me and just want to flip the table. So, I don't know. I think Kira, she's fun. I don't know. Kira just seems fun and good, in my opinion. Finn sucks. Finn just sucks. I don't really want to talk about it because he's worse in this game than he was in the sequels. I don't really need to explain anymore. Ray, see, do you remember when I said that there were some good units? Well, some of those units in Vigilance have 2 or less power, and I feel like Ray can make them a lot better. She might not be the best, but she's still good. She's still good, don't get me wrong. She is a powerful leader. She's not the most powerful, but she definitely shouldn't be underestimated. So, I don't know, I'd look out for her. But then there's Hondo. I just love Smuggle and Hondo. Both of them being put into one just makes me want to play him. He might not do great, but he still looks really fun. So, I don't know. If you're the kind of guy who likes Smuggle and likes Hondo, play it. Because, I mean, the most value that you can get in Control is by playing a ton of things with Smuggle, and this does that and gives you benefits for doing that. So I just think he's gonna probably be good. Moff Gideon is kind of like Tarkin, being a more unique Control leader. Is being actually pretty good in my opinion, focusing a lot more on the cheaper stuff, which is good. But I just don't think he's, I don't know. It's hard to judge right now if I think he's going to be really good in the game. I think he definitely could be, but I'm not exactly sure how to judge that yet. Then, if I can get off of him, there's Boba. The new Boba. He's not the original Boba. Like in the Book of Boba, they kind of made Boba look a little bit weak and not wonderful. Still fine, I guess, but yeah, it's just it's not nearly as intriguing. Let's go with that. Then there's Hunter. See, I know how Hunter can be okay, at least. I still don't really want to play him. Like, I loved the Bad Batch show, or I loved a lot of it. I didn't love everything, but I liked quite a bit of that show. And Hunter, the leader of the Bad Batch, I thought was going to be super fun to play, and he got spoiled. And it's just unfortunate. Let's just go with that. I'm not super excited about it anymore. Bosk, kind of like with IG-88 in the first set, a lot of people are like, oh my god, this guy's going to be so fun to try and play and make good. Bosk, I feel like some people that say, oh, Bosk is super fun to play, I'm just not going to like him. Like with IG-88, I'm just not going to like him. He's just, the bounty mechanic, unless you're doing things like you are with Dr. Evazan and just playing really above rate cards that have the downside of those bounties, I just don't think bounty's good. I just don't think it is. It's just not worth it. Now, here's a pipe dream that I do think is good. Kylo Ren. This guy, this is my kind of pipe dream. You think like, it's just like, hey, it's just a glass cannon. This is the definition of a glass cannon in Star Wars Unlimited. If you've ever played Flesh and Blood and you know Kano, this is kind of like Star Wars Unlimited's version of Kano. It's just all in, and you are going to lose incredibly quickly to the weirdest and most absurd combos ever, or you're gonna rush them, or you're just gonna stomp them on their face, and it's gonna suck for the Kylo Ren player. But yeah, if the table gets switched, you're gonna be pissed. Otherwise, you're gonna be dancing with joy. So that's whatever you want to interpret that as. Bo-Katan Kryze, Mandalorian Tribal. Seems like it could definitely be fun. Maybe not the best, but still fun nonetheless. I don't know. It's hard. It's not Sabine. Let's just go with that. I feel like most aggression units just aren't going to be good unless they're like Sabine level good, and this just isn't, so I just don't think she's going to be played, which is it sucks, but I just think that that's the case. Then there's Cad Bane. Now, I love Cad Bane. I love the character. I think he's a freaking badass. He's my second favorite bounty hunter of all time behind Mando. Now you want to talk about bad guy bounty hunters, and Cad Bane is number 1 on the list. He is insane. I love him. But, Fantasy Flight Games did him dirty. Cad Bane sucks. And if you don't believe me, just read him. Just read him. The back might be a little bit better, but I just still don't think it's good. I still don't think it's good. But then there's Fennec Shand. Now, Cunning, it's just interacty, weird, just screwing with your opponent to no end. This is the definition of that. I love Ambush, and I love the character Fennec Shand. Molding the two into one, becoming a true sniper, I'm all for it, and I cannot wait to play Fennec. I feel like Fennec is going to be one of the most fun, maybe not the best, but one of the most fun leaders in this entire set. So, there we go. Then there's Lando. You want to talk about a pipe dream that isn't fun? Look at Lando. Let's just go with that. I don't want to explain too much. Just listen to that, think about it for a second, and you'll understand. Then there's Mando. Then there's the Mandalorian. This guy, he might not be as good as I wanted him to be, but he's still going to be fun. Like, let's be real. This guy's still going to be a blast. People are still going to play it because it's the Mandalorian. They're only going to play it because it's the Mandalorian. So yeah. Now, getting to the two latest stuff. We got the new Han, which I love this guy. You get to play units from your hand. They cost one less. You have to deal 2 damage, sure, but you can play things like freaking K2SO on turn 2. You can play Red 3 on turn 1. You can play some cards, like you can play freaking Wrecker, which is 6 resources, on the turn that you play Han. What? That's just insane in my opinion. So, I don't know. He seems fun and pretty good. I mean, especially when you look at the back, you can do it multiple times in a turn. He's a 3/6, so it's nothing to scoff at. So I don't know. He just looks a little, just a little bit good. You can use his ability multiple times too. Like, yeah, I feel like the new Han is a lot better and probably a lot more fun than the old Han. Sure, you're still dumping your entire hand out on basically turn 3. I still think it's gonna be way more fun and better. Like, this is the aggression unit this is the aggression leader, basically, that you want to be playing. This is like Sabine level power, in my opinion, if you build the deck right. So, that, I think, goes to show how powerful I think this guy could end up being. But then lastly, there's Dr. Aphra. Now, in Magic the Gathering, my favorite strategy was Graveyard Value Absurdity. This is Star Wars' version of that. And I love it. Love it. At the beginning of your regroup phase, you discard a card from your deck. That sucks. Milling yourself every turn? That's dumb. But once you have 5 resources, this is a 2/5. That's so long as there are 5 or more different costs among cards in your discard pile, this is a 5/5. And it comes out when you have 5 resources. That's good. So yeah, I think that could be pretty fun. And if you build the deck right, can happen very consistently and kind of make your opponents piss their pants a lot. And then, in addition to that, when deployed, you choose 3 cards from your discard pile with different names, and return one of them at random to your hand. So that ability, it could be great. I don't think it's going to be wonderful, but still, I feel like a graveyard value just deck like this is just going to be so fun. This is everything that I want to do in a deck, and I get to do this in Star Wars Unlimited, and I just feel like it's going to be an absolute freaking hoot. So, I don't know. That's just me. Maybe it's not going to be the best. Maybe it will. Who knows? I don't really know. I don't really think a ton of people know. But Dr. Aphra seems like she's going to be a ton of fun. I feel like most all of this set, exempt from a couple of heroes, are going to be super fun to play and are going to impact the game. The cards in the set, I think, are going to do massive wonders for the game, make it a lot more fun, a lot more complicated, more complex, just add more depth to it. This set is just doing everything right, in my opinion. So anyways, with all that aside, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It's completely free, you won't regret it, and enjoy, everybody.